Okay, hello, welcome to another video. Today we're going to install Arch Linux, but we're going to install Archman Linux. I've got it set up in the EFI mode. I give it 2 processors, 4 gigs of RAM. Let's get started. This released January the 1st, 2020, and its code name is Lake Van Stable. Get rid of that, I don't need it no more. Let's get started. Okay, that's good. It recognizes we're booting the UEFI mode. I'm going to go to Control F in order to get full screen here. This distribution is based on Arch and its country of origin is Turkey. And we'll go to their website in a little while here and talk about them a second after we get the installer started. Okay, so live user, we're going to just log in with no passwords or anything. Isn't that nice wallpaper right there? Even the bird right there. Undoubtedly that's in Turkey, huh? Okay. Well, that was a funny little sound effect. I hope you heard that. Alright, so apparently I'm going to have to look for the installer. And that's probably a terminal. No, maximize Windows, a web browser, looks like Firefox. File manager. Nothing to say installer. Okay, well let me look. Will it look if I type in installer? Calamaris Archman installer, so it uses a Calamaris installer. I'm going to click on that. That really would have been nice to have been put on the desktop somewhere where I didn't have to look for it, but I did find it and it wasn't too hard. Okay, welcome to Archman Rolling Release Installer. This program will ask you some questions and they set up Archman GNU Linux on your computer. I'm sorry, that's Archman GNU Linux on your computer. Okay, and they correctly chose American English. I'm going to click Next. Oh, that's the right time zone, Chicago. I'm going to click Next. Don't mind that. That's my host machine. I'm running Arch. English keyboard, default. I could type a test here. Let's see. This is a test. Looks right, so I'm going to click Next. Okay, we're going to manually partition. It does pick up the VBox hard drive at 52.5 gigabytes SDA. So that's great. So I'm going to manually partition it though. And I'm going to click Next. And let's see. Where is it at? Yep, we want to use GPT. There we go. So we're going to create. First one will be 512 megabytes. No mount point, and this will be boot, but is there a EFI partition support, EPS? I'm not seeing it. Okay, I'm going to have to hope that we can flag that. I'm going to say boot. File system is not going to be an ext4. It'll be either a VFAT or ex2 or a FAT32. I'm going to select FAT32. I don't see VFAT. Okay, no mount point. That would be correct. At least not yet. Let's see if that has that option. It does, yeah, right here, boot, EFI. Awesome, nice. And we also gave it the flag of a boot. So I'm going to click OK. Highlight the free space that's left and select Create. Here, we're going to say 2048. And that's going to be a swap. Linux swap. We don't need to encrypt it and it doesn't get mounted, so that's good to go right there. Okay, I'm going to left click on the free space and click on create. And I'm going to divide that in half. So half of that would be 20. I'm going to just call it 26. That will be file system ext4, and it will be mounted to root. We do have a root flag, so let's give it the flag. Left click on the free space once again, click on create. Mount point is going to be home. There it is. Does it have a flag for home? Not seeing one. Okay. Okay, that should be good right there. We got a FAT32 on the EFI boot, 512 megabytes. We got a 2 gigabyte swap. We got a 25.6 gigabyte partition for the root drive, and the remainder of 24.4 gigabytes for our home. Okay, and all this looks good. SDA for the boot. Click next. Okay, so now we got to put in a name. So I am Dennis. Dennis PC is a computer name. I'm going to take the PC out. Just put my name. I'm going to select the password. Got to repeat it. Okay, they match, and it didn't specify if it was 1, 2, or a week or anything password. Personally, I like that. Other people, I'm sure, don't. In my case, I'm not on a laptop. My computer's going to stay home. When I boot into it, I want it to come on. I don't want to have to wait, hit a password, and then wait another minute. I'm going to use the same password for the administrator account. Now, I would suggest that, if you got any doubts or whatever, you got kids in your house, for whatever reason, you don't feel comfortable just having your computer log right on and start up, by all means, uncheck that. If this was a laptop, I would uncheck it. Okay, so I'm going to click next. That looked right. Going to create a GPT partition table on SDA. That's right. 512 megabytes for FAT32. That'll be our boot. Flag partition as boot. Swap. All this looks good. Location, time zone, Chicago, keyboard. All that did work. This is what our hard drive will look like. Right here, this little one is the EFI. This next one, smaller one, the small one is swap. Here's our root. Here's our home. I'm going to click install. Then it should warn me. Well, it didn't. Usually it'll warn you and say that you can't go back. Okay, I'm going to right control and hit F to get me out of full screen here. I'm going to bring up there. If you go to DistroWatch, look at the information available to you through DistroWatch about Archman GNU Linux. You'll see it comes with Budgie, Deepin, GNOME, JWM, KDE, Plasma, LXQT, Mate, and Xfce. One second, I had to let my cat in. If you click on that link right there, it'll take you to there. I'm sorry. I'm going to right click on it and say open in a new tab, and it'll take you to their web page, and it will open up in Turkish. Click on this flag right here, that'll translate it to English, and you can see what's happening now. Well, about Archman. Archman GNU Linux, Arch Linux based, originating in Turkey, convenient, easy, fast, and powerful, a Linux distribution. Archman has a minimal package repository with its own customizations and configurations and uses Arch Linux repositories almost entirely. Archman Linux is easy to use and development. So the grammar's not all that good. It's based on Arch, It's got to be a fairly decent one. I think it's rated 30 just by going by DistroWatch. And I know people say it's no good or whatever, but just by going by them, they're ranked 31. That's not bad. That's in the less than 50% bracket. So anyway, if you go back over here, see a little paragraph looking deal there, click on that. Takes you to download link. And now that'll open up this link. It tells you this is SourceForge, and it'll give you some information about them. They don't have any information on their wiki. Click back. Go right here to Files. You can see their releases. This one was released in January the 7th, 2020. That's not too long ago. And you can also read a little bit about their reviews. See how they rank. All these are 5 stars. I mean, they probably all live in Turkey. I'm just kidding. So, I mean, really, though, there's not a lot of information, I guess, is what I'm saying. You can look around. There is some information. Not a whole lot. Some of it, the grammar is pretty bad. So everything except the distribution name in Arch is what it just said. Everything except the distribution name. It's talking about Arch. I'm going to close out of these. I'll put these links. I'll put their homepage link in the description below. I'll also probably include their SourceForge link. Close out of these. Close the tabs. Go back down here. Let's see, it's filling up the system. I guess I'm going to pause it right here, and I'll be back. It's still filling up the file system. It's only 31%, so I'm going to pause the video, and I'll be back when it gets closer to being installed. Okay, it's finished. It's all done. I wanted to get back just before it ended, but I didn't make it. So let me Control F to get back into a full screen mode. You don't have to restart. I normally don't. I actually leave that unticked and I click done. And then I'll go find my power button. Here we go. Just shut down. That gives me an opportunity to remove, in this case, the ISO out of the storage, or could be removing a USB or a CD-ROM drive. Or if your BIOS is set up to boot to the hard drive first anyway, you really don't have to worry about it. We're going to start back up here. There's Grub. That's a good sign. Back minimize now. Control F brings me back to full screen. And we should be logging into a Xfce Desktop. Archman. Based on Arch Linux. So the only thing that was different was the name. Huh. I can tell you right up front, that ain't right. This is, there's that noise again. It must be some kind of login. At least we know our volume works. Nice. It's even picking up my microphone. I need to mute that so that it don't interfere. Well, they do have that going for them, the volume. That's usually the first thing I check. Terminal? No, that's not a terminal. The Control-Alt-T bring me a terminal. Come on. Try it again. Nope. No terminal. Got a terminal right there in our favorites. Let's bring that up. First thing I like to do is sudo pacman -SYU just to make sure there's no updates. And this says 137. Now I just downloaded this last night, one day ago, and this came out, what did it say? the 20th. No, the 7th, I think. So, almost a month. But there's a 679 meg download. And I should have manipulated Pac-Man comp file before I did all that. Well, I guess we could look around in the menu while that's doing that. Favorites. Puts a file manager in there, and surely that's Thunar. Yep. 1.8.11. I use Thunar, but I also, in conjunction, use PCman FM, so I'll probably be installing that on here. I know I would if I used it. Nice, it comes with disk. There's our EFI partition, our swap. Let's see how much the installation was. 21 gigs free of 27. 6 gigs for the install. And it did put some in the home directory. Okay. Nice. I like that. Coming default calculator. That's a good calculator. I like that. I use it. That's the one I usually download and install if it don't have it. Back into accessories. There's where we can adjust our login screen if we were logging in. Software token, Xfce Studio Image Writer. That's for writing ISOs to your USB. Real easy to use. Very reliable. And I think that's made by and used with OpenSUSE. Back to accessories. That's a very nice thing to find in install. Okay, Task Manager. Let's see what their Task Manager says. Built-in Xfce one. Says we're using 16% of our memory. Not sure what that translates into. We got 10% would be 400 megs. Less than 800 megs. CPU's up high, but we're downloading. Terminal. Turn that off, see what else is in the menu here. I was hoping the system monitor is, but we'll see in a second. Under education, you got LibreOffice Math. It's even got a game category for the thoughtful. It's got chess. Scrolling space shooter, I've played that. Under graphics, we got GIMP, GNU Image Manipulation Program, Inkscape, LibreOffice Draw, and ViewNoir for looking at images. Under Internet, it comes with Firefox. For the Internet browser, it comes with HexChat, Pigeon, Internet Messenger. Probably get rid of those. What is this? You get multiple URLs and apply it to one setting in the queue. Huh. That's interesting. That might be worth checking out. That has something to do with sound. Edit the tag. MPV media player. Parole media player. Pulse audio. Simple screen recorder. I didn't pick that. That came in on with it. So that's a good selection that they brought in. Let's see, they got the full, looks like the full suite of Office. LibreOffice. See what we got under system. Let's see if we got a system monitor. No, we don't. Wonder if there's Xtop. Yeah, let's see what Xtop says. I like the way they got their theming right here. That's pretty nice. Okay, according to Xtop, we're using 612 megs. That's just a little less than I had figured a while ago. That's a pleasant surprise. 2.2% of memory. CPU usage 3.5. Pretty low. Memory is 1.7. 612 megabytes. We do have the terminal running, installing programs. I think it's still downloading them. Back to the start menu. I really like that they got the whisker menu, and I like the way they got it set up here. The theming on the menu itself is not to my liking. The panel is not to my liking. However, just like any other Linux distro, that's the row size. I want row size to be 100%. What am I doing here? Links. There we go. 100%. Now I can make it bigger where I can see it. Do that automatically. Oh, yeah, it was already set. Okay, cool. Oh, that's real nice. Other than that, we've got the regular Xfce Desktop. It came with firewall. Let's go ahead and turn that on. It's going to require my password. It comes up. I'll just enable it. Enable that. Very important. Close out of that. So all your settings are here. You got your light DM, your removable drives, a display, appearance. Let's see what kind of turn the system sounds on. I thought they were on already because of that beep we keep hearing. See what kind of wallpapers they got. Do they have anything with logos? These are all Xfce. Let's see if it's in another folder. Nope. Wallpapers. I wonder, is there one called background? Right there, yeah. Let's open that up. Nothing in that folder. I guess we gotta go back. I thought Archman would have had its own. In fact, I know they did. They used to have their own logos. I got some old wallpapers one time from them. That's pretty nice. I'm going to change it to that. Can't see it. Okay. I'm going to take that out. File system wasn't on there. It normally is. This is normally one of these. All three of those are ticked. That's good. So far, the tweaking is pretty nice. Work spaces are only 2 and not 4 as you usually see. Let's see if these are checked. Nope. I want to check those so when I stick in a USB it will show it to me. Power management. Well, that's pretty nice. Just first visual impressions. Once I got my taskbar stretched out where I wanted it, the customized menu is exactly the way I would have set it up with the menus on the left. I might have put the search on the top, but it's okay right there. You know, you could tweak these very, very easily. Let me change this right here. Instead of it saying applications, I'm going to make it say Archman 2020. And tell it to use icon and title. Now, it made it a lot bigger, but I don't care. It's not really hurting anything. I could make it smaller, but I like it. I kind of wish I hadn't started this this update, because now I'm kind of obligated to stay there. Over here in the what would I would have called the system tray, we got our volume control we've already looked at. Got power button, which I shouldn't have messed with. I'm gonna cancel. Volume control. I believe that's the internet. Yep, that's the internet. This is a computer. Tell you to go into presentation mode or power settings. I would turn that off. Here's telling us about the updates. It didn't have a package manager, did it? Let's see. Add. Yeah, this comes with POMOC. Man, they're getting a big score in my book. Archman so far is awesome. Let's see. It says it doesn't say that it's I see this is not going to work in Oberon because it's systemd free and won't work with GTK stuff. I was hoping it would say if it was PalmOc Classic or PalmOc AUR, although it does look like the AUR, the PalmOc AUR. Let's see if I can mess with this without it bucking because I'm doing the updates. I usually turn the AUR on, and I come to cache and turn that down to 2. If you'll come in here and check every once in a while, you'll see once the cache builds up, this button will be able to be pressed, and you just clean it out and then take it down to 2. Close. Go ahead and close. Close. I usually would refresh the database too at this point, but it won't do it because it's downloading right here. But I do want to do my little tweak on the pacman.conf. I like their theme in here too. That's really nice. The kind of a light blue against a slightly transparent or opaque. Okay, that's true. Let me see. What the heck happened? I don't know what happened there. Control L. Did it again. How come Control L won't clean my terminal? Control L. Logging me out. I thought that was. Try it one more time. Control L. Well, that don't work in this terminal. I wonder what terminal this is. Xfce terminal? It's supposed to be. It is. Control L should have cleaned that screen right there. It does seem to be working. One more time. Nope. That's funny. Okay, well, I wonder if I'll just open and close it. How's that there, Mr. Gizmo? Alright, so let me go sudo nano. Oh, we got nano. It's the pacman.conf. Password for Dennis. Full screen this so you can see it better. Yeah, that's a quite attractive theming right there. I'm going to find out what that is and put that in my arch. I love candies there. I want to see the total download. I want to... Where is... Total download, that's the one. We cannot check disk space from within a chroot environment. Okay, so what? Now I wonder is 32 multilib. Yep, that's already uncommented. See, I don't even see the testing. They just omitted that out of this altogether. That's pretty neat. You don't have to worry about hitting on the testing. So Control O gets me out of here. Enter. Control X, and now's when I would Control L to clean the screen, and I can't do it. So let me get just a small download going so we can see what I just accomplished here. Let's see, I don't think we got no Macs. I didn't see it. I don't know if NeoFetch is installed or not. Tell you what, let me preface this with needed, so it does have anything I'm asking for. We won't have to reinstall it. NeoFetch, Screen, Fetch, Critter, and C Matrix. Target not found. Well, I gotta spell it right. I wouldn't have found it either. Okay, Screen Fetch. That ain't right. Screen Fetch. Alright, find that target. Let's see, it's giving us a verbose package list. We can look straight up and down and see we don't have to look like a big old paragraph full of different packages. We see them lined up. Okay, we'll hit enter. And if you'll notice in the lower right hand corner, you may not be able to see it so good full screen. Let me get this. If you'll notice, it's keeping a running total rather than an individual total. Before this, it would have ran over here and said 100%, and it would have started the next one said 100%, but now it's keeping a running total, and the total download size is going to be 105 megs, and this is keeping a total download size right here. Out of the 105, we're a little over halfway, and look over here, and we are. And we got our download speed, and this category here is our time. It's counting how much time this takes, and it'll add it up. Right, that one took 24 seconds from the time we started, 53 seconds from the time we started. Now, the only thing I wish when it was installing them, I could get that to give a running total instead of the single package. Well, that was nice. I kind of like this. In fact, I'm surprised that I hadn't discovered this one a while back. I did try it, but I was just getting into Arch and doing everything myself, so I kind of left this flavor behind. I'm going to have to give this, let me see how easy it is to get this off of military time. And just like that, it's done. This is a very nice distribution. Everything seems to work just fine. Let's see, it gave me my no max. Yep, right there. Sure did. Gonna ask me about translation. Yep, English is good. Got no pictures to see. Audio works out of the box. You got pretty much a blank slate here, and what little they do bring in is some pretty good stuff. They got leaf pad. Surely they got mouse pad too then. Mouse. They do not have mouse pad. They substituted, that's one of their tweaks. They substituted leaf pad. If you want mouse pad, it's a simple matter of bringing that up, or let's see, recently used, or bringing this up. One of the two. Okay, well, I guess that's going to do it for this video. I'm going to right Control F to get out of full screen. Toggle this down a little bit so I can get back to my, that's not the button I want, this is the button I want. Okay, and I'm going to shut this one down. This has been a very nice experience. The installation was very easy. The operating system itself was exactly what I wanted it to be. It didn't come in with a whole lot of bloat. What little it did come in with was useful. Questioning why they used leaf pad instead of mouse pad, 6 one way, half of a dozen another. I just thought mouse pad was automatic with Xfce E4, but I guess not. That's not really a gripe. I mean, it certainly worked. Thank you for watching. This has been my review of Archman, based on Arch.